Good afternoon, race fans. It's Ninth Gear Broadcasting, and welcome back to Burnt Rubber Racing. It's the guys up in the booth, Luke alongside Kevin. Kevin, how you doing tonight?
Man, this is going to be an exciting one, Luke. We're here at Martinsville Speedway. It's short track racing here on this Thursday afternoon. We got about 8 cars on the field, and I think it's going to be an exciting one.
I'd have to agree with you, Kevin, and I'm pretty sure we're ready for the grid whenever you are.
Yeah, and how about on your pole tonight? It's going to be Robert, okay. And in second place, it's going to be the Big Weiss, taking P3 and 4. On your second row is going to be Zip and David Da Silva. Next row is going to be Cohen and Brenna, Linda, Divine. And rounding out your field tonight is going to be Landon Norris and Ty Mosley.
You know, Kevin, I genuinely thought they were going green that time. That's why I jumped this over here. I got a little excited. But you know, we're at Martinsville, Kevin. We aren't typically at Martinsville. It's not a track we're too familiar with in terms of iRacing, but I know you got quite a few laps under your belt here in Martinsville under some other games.
Yeah, and got some on iRacing. We'll get to strategies in a little bit. I don't want to miss the start here because it goes fast. It's a short track, and it's all going to be about how can you make the passes out here. It's not an easy track to pass on. So pace car is in. Robert MK is going to be on the start here, and Luke, you want to take this one?
Shut the hell up, Kevin! Boogity, boogity, boogity! We're going racing, fellers!
And green flag is out here. All 8 cars are 2x2 as we're racing here in Martinsville. Okay, on the inside and Weiss on the outside. Into the wall a little bit, and they are
they're
wrecking each
wrecking
other.
already! The leader's sideways!
First caution. As Robert
McKay's up in the wall.
goes around.
Oof. Getting a little bit of a rubbing off the infield there at the end of that one. Man, we're already under our first caution, Kevin.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to go back and look at that one because I don't think the 8 car gave the outside enough room, but I could be wrong. So we're gonna go back and see how this one went. The 95 of Weiss was into the wall a little bit, trying to, keep it as high as he can.
Oh,
And
don't tell me it's netcode.
it was a bit of net code. They were getting really tight on each other there with the 8 car not giving much
Say
room.
the
And
95. Oh yeah, they were just so
bounces off
close.
the wall a little bit. I'd say about half net code, half maybe the 95 going down and the 8 going up at the same time. Just kind of one of those things we see all too often out here, Luke, where they both think they have a little bit more room and take it at the same time.
Yeah, it's interesting, Kevin. We seem to hear a lot about the netcode between these cars nowadays. I don't know if that's just a recent iRacing update or something, but I just feel like we're hearing about it more and more. It seems to be the case in a lot of wrecks.
I gotta agree, Luke. We know the trucks are just, getting worse and worse. The cup cars I'm not too familiar with. I don't know if they've always been like this or what. But as far as, the trucks and, even, ARCA cars go, it seems like it's not headed in the right direction. So, just something to keep an eye out on, as we're probably going to call multiple wrecks on netcode throughout the next coming streams. Regardless, we're out here racing once again. Once we go back green, it's going to be Da Silva in the lead. Weiss has fallen to the back. Norris is in the back.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, Kevin. Do you have a read on the fast repairs out here of the night?
Yeah, I got to read on everything tonight. I'm going to just read it all off here at once. Fast repairs is going to be 2 on the night. Green, white, checkers is going to be unlimited. Your fuel percentage is going to be 75. And your tire sets is going to be 4 extra. So I think 5 sets. So 2 fast repairs. No one's out of that race based off that incident. I don't know if they're even going to need it. They weren't going too fast, but something to pay attention to. Pace car goes in. Da Silva's going to have the command out here with Zip on the outside. The flagman's ready. Got the green flag in hand, ready to wave it as they come across the front stretch. And we are green racing out here for the second time in just a few short laps.
And off we go, and it's David Da Silva with his lead on the inside, and he's making some room early, Kevin. Off to a decent start there, but they're catching up now. Oh, and we see a little bit of bumping going on there near the back. I think that was
Yeah, and
between
that's
Landon
those
and
guys
Robert.
that had. That's those guys that had the best qualifying out here. Some fast cars, but involved in that incident, maybe trying to make some aggressive moves to get back towards the
Oh,
front
and I
of the
think we see
field.
a car sideways. Yep.
Oh, and
The
we do.
77. Oh, and he
77's gonna
clips the
come down, and
95. That
he's
was
gonna
Ty
get into
Mosley.
the big Weiss and Ty Mosley. I think that's
That was an impressive
probably
spin
gonna
around up
be
there
on
by the big
him.
Weiss.
Yeah, and
That shit was clean
you
as
know,
hell.
throw her into first and pray, Luke. That's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm. And he got that thing around. Ty Mosley just now getting his spun around, and we are.
Let's take a look back and see what happens there, though.
So we watch the overhead here and see if we can get some more clues as to what happened there. Oh,
Yeah,
I think
just
it's
too
just
hot into entry, I think.
Yep.
On those cold tires, early in the race, it's the hardest, and he's just gonna overturn or
Oh,
over entry, and he's gonna
big Weiss getting the
it's
short
gonna
end of
it's gonna
that
slide
straw.
out from under him, and unfortunate Weiss was collected there. I'm sure he's not
Scott
thrilled
Holt.
about that.
I wouldn't imagine so, Kevin.
Not the most contact. He gets into the wall a little, gets into the car a little, but got it rolling. Might need a fast repair, might not. We'll see. We're only 9 laps into this one, Luke, and we've seen 2 cautions already.
Yeah, that we have. And the big Weiss, you see him heading into the pits now, Kevin. It's going to leave the command to David De Silva on the inside and Zip on the outside in the number 9.
Yeah, and we saw a good launch by David De Silva off the last restart. Perfect. 115 laps of fuel. I appreciate that info. So, will we see green flag pits tonight? It's still undecided. I wouldn't put too much money on it with it being a 1 pit stop. But down the half regardless, but we'll see. But as for fuel, we don't have to worry about that for a while.
Yeah, I think seen a little bit of glitch in there from the number 7, the number 7 on the field right now, David De Silva. Kevin, I gotta say, I'm a big fan of that 77 Reese's car.
Big Reese's guy, Luke?
Kevin, I really am. I've always been a Reese's guy. You?
Yeah, I can get behind some Reese's. I'll talk some more about it once we have another break. But for now, we're green. Once again, another good launch by David De Silva in the 25 car, the Chili's car, I do believe. And he's got a good lead of about 0.3 of a second out here now on Brenna Linda Devine.
Ooh, and the number 9 hot into the turn. He clips the back of the number 8.
And that's going to be caution number 3. Everyone's going to get around the number 8 safely.
Ooh.
But another incident in just a couple laps out here, Luke, and we're on caution number 3.
To go back and watch that one, Kevin. We kind of caught a bit of it overhead when we were watching there, but I don't think we caught the best angle of it live. So we'll go back here and take a look. So the number 8 was the one I believe that got hit, and the number 9 was behind him. So he was involved in this entry. Oof. The number 9 comes into the turn, I guess, a little hotter than the number 8 did.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I would say number 9 came in a little aggressively, especially this early. But I don't really know the breaking points of this track, so I couldn't tell you for certain who I'd blame there, but regardless, the number 8's going to get the worst of that one. The number 9's also going to get some front-end damage, I'd assume. So that was a decent hit.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing too crazy, though.
Yeah, actually, now that I'm looking, I'm not seeing any... I'm really not seeing much of anything, to be honest.
Well, that's good. I mean, you don't need the most amount of aerodynamics here anyways. I at the speeds they're going. So as long as it's in decent shape, I think he'll be all right. And I don't think he'll need a fast repair, even if he does choose to fix up the damage.
And they're getting a little weave action going on here under caution, Kevin. You know, I can't lie, Kevin. I haven't eaten since about noon. And that Reese's car and the Chili's car, I mean, it just... Hell, the Sonic car. I mean, back to the back to the candy, Kevin. What's your go-to? I was gonna ask you. What's your go-to?
Well, I was gonna say, as far as the Reese's go, I tried the peanut butter and jelly Reese's recently, and it's pretty good.
I've never had those.
But I'll think about my favorite candy in preparation for our next caution. But right now, pace car's in. It happens fast out here. Not too much pacing out here at Martinsville, and they are racing green once again for the 4th time out here tonight. A good jump once again, but the outside house not a good jump this time, and they're side by side for the lead right now.
And I gotta say there, Kevin, the number 96 and just that clump right there, that the group we're looking at right now near the backpack, and a little bit of bumping going on.
Yeah.
Between the number 8 and I believe the number 12.
Number 8's getting tossed around a little while here tonight early, and he's riding him hot there, as you can see.
Oh boy, not want to give him any room.
Racing each other hard right now. David DeSilva still out in the lead with BRRA Divine hot in pursuit. Ty Mosley in 3rd. And we're under caution for the 4th time out here tonight.
77. I saw the 77 smoking up into the turn. I don't... Oh, and the number 12 is sideways.
Run around. That's going to be Cohen.
Yep. Looking at him right now, I'm not seeing too much damage. We'll have to go back and take a look at the incident. We didn't really get a good view of it, and I see him blinking a little bit there. I know the number 77 was looking a little funny there near the end. Maybe he was involved. Because I'm trying to get a read on Cohen in this situation. I'm not seeing him.
Yeah, and Cohen was running about P5, so if you want to get on Mackie and go back and look, I think that'd be one of your best angles.
We'll just watch the overhead.
Yep, that'll work.
There he is. He's riding in front of him.
Oh, he blinks out.
Completely blinked out. And I'm assuming the number 8 probably got up into him here because he couldn't see him. And yep, you just see him up here sideways back there.
Yeah, so something happened under internet issues. Unfortunate for the number 12 car there. Not sure, what the damage looks like either because of the, whole him being invisible thing, but hopefully it's nothing severe, and if it is, he's got a couple fast repairs to his expense, so. 4th caution, Luke, lap 21 out of 160. But back to the candies, I mean, I'm not going to let it go.
You can't, Kevin. You can't.
I've always been like a sweet, like a fruity or a sweet type of guy. Chocolate's good, and, I could mess up some chocolate. But if I had to pick between the two, I'd probably pick something like, I don't know, some sort of Skittles or...
That's fair. That's fair.
Some Nerds, maybe. I could fuck up some Nerds.
I'll tell you what, did you ever get the chance to try the yogurt-covered Skittles when those were a thing?
I don't think I did.
Oh, boy. Let me tell you.
You know what I have had,
there ain't much I
can
tell you. What?
It's not really candy, but it might as well be. The yogurt fruit snacks.
Oof. Man.
I'll tell you more about them later.
Man.
But pace car's back in. We're done waffling for now. Green flag is in the air. He's ready to wave it as they go into the Geico restart zone, and we are green for the 5th time. Here tonight, 4 cautions deep, lap 23, and David DeSilva with another good jump, still hanging on to the lead out here.
I feel like this wouldn't be a bad camera to watch here. We're going to watch the front end of the P1 right now, David DeSilva. Watch how the group forms out here throughout the first couple laps.
Yeah, and while we're looking backwards from his view, I'm sure he's doing the same as an angry pack of 7 cars is hunting him down. He's just trying to get the best lap times he can, and while he's got the clean air, and he seems to be pushing pretty well right now. Luke, you want to take a look at, here in a second once they cross the finish line, last lap times?
And you see him loading in right there now.
Yeah, and he puts up the best time by 0.2 of a second minimum on everybody, so he's got the best one. Divine's got second best, and then the rest is kind of further back by a couple tenths of a second. No surprise. Oh, and he's
Oh, and the
spinning.
leader's spinning. David De Silva.
Oh, and he's oh,
Oh! And the
and the 12
90...
car hard
12?
into him.
Yeah, that's the 12. That's Cohen. Oh, man. And geez, we barely snapped off the leader for a second, and he was sideways.
Yeah, and that was one of those single car incidents again, Luke, where they just lost it from under them, and you know, you get into a groove here at a track like Martinsville,
Oh,
and
you
if
see
you
him
get
getting
out of it,
swirly right into the turn.
yeah, and if you get out of that groove for even half a second, you just lose your car. And unfortunate that the 12 doesn't quite see it coming, and both of them have some substantial damage
Oh,
after
boy,
that.
yeah, look at Cohen's front end. No doubt he's coming in. De Silva, yeah, his front left is fucked. Goodness. But we jump back live here, and yeah, I mean, David De Silva, very unfortunate. He got a little squirrely going into the turn there. I mean, Kevin, I can't lie to you. I'm just hungry at this point. The Sonic cars got me thinking. What's your go-to fast food if you're not wanting like low tier fast food? Like what's your like higher end fast food place you go to? Like Five Guys, your more expensive places.
It's a little more expensive. It's not crazy. I'm going Steak and Shake any day of the week.
That's a very very respectable choice there. That's a very
Chick-fil-A's
very
up
fair
there
choice.
too if you take that as an answer. It's not very
I
expensive,
would
but
take Chick-fil-A as an answer. That's a pretty fair answer. You know, like we said, Kevin, I mean, not the biggest field we've seen out here, but I think the biggest field we broadcasted for burnt rubber, correct?
the 500 was
Was there more?
a lot more. I think that was like 20s. It was a good turnout for the 500, but this is a better turnout than our last broadcast, and unfortunately our team couldn't make it tonight.
Yeah,
Um,
guys were a bit busy.
but anyways, pace car is in. Ty Mosley is gonna be on the outside of, I believe, is
Divine.
is that
Divine's
Landon
on,
Nord?
Divine's on the
Divine.
inside, yep.
Okay. Thank you. And they are green out here once again.
Going through the turns.
Some in and out, someone said in the chat. Unfortunately, we don't have that here in Ohio. Never had it.
My dad was, he took a trip to Oklahoma, and he got to have it for the first time, and he said it was pretty damn good. And the 95 is fucking sideways!
Ooh,
That's the big
that's gonna
Weiss!
be the big Weiss in the STP car. Turned completely around, and that's going to be caution number 6, Luke. And it happens fast out here, right when they get up to pace. It seems the wrecking happens.
Yep, and let's go back and take a look at that one, Kevin. So, I mean, we know they're a little tight off the restart here. No surprise. They're trying to make up ground. And it kind of actually seems like the line gets stuffed up in front of the 95, and I just don't think he was ready for it. Look back at that one more time. We'll slow it down just a little bit. So you see the number 8 bumps the number 77 right there. That obviously slows down the number 8 significantly. So the 95 comes down into him, bumps him, loses his speed, and then the 96 comes up into the left rear of the 95. I think it was just a bit of an accordion effect there. None of the guys really seemed ready to check up on that one. And that just kind of, like I said, caused a little bit of an accordion there, and unfortunately put the big Weiss sideways.
Yeah, unfortunate, but that's going to bring out your 6th caution, Luke. And you want to go ahead and take a look and see when a lot of these guys last pit.
And taking a look down there, you see, maybe we'll try to see if we can get, like, the middle of the pack here. Actually, just do this.
Yeah, and top 7's pretty much the entire pack aside from one vehicle. Oh,
Yeah, the other guys are in the pit right now. You're looking at the
pit
6 there
right
on the field.
now. And then
So you're
other than that, we
seeing
saw one on lap 2, one on lap
227.
27. But 4 guys that haven't come in at all.
Yeah, they're running on those, a little more steamed up tires, I imagine. How many tire sets do we have on the night?
4 extra.
Okay, so they got tires. They're probably starting to feel those tires now, but I mean they're definitely wanting to stretch them out as far as they can, it seems. So, and as long as they keep it together, I mean, I don't see a problem with it. It's going to be Divine and Ty Mosley here on their respective lines here leading us off as the pace car is going in. We're going green this time by out here once again at Martinsville with the Burnt Rubber Racing Association. They're approaching the Geico restart. And green flag, green flag. We are racing once again, ladies and gentlemen, at Martinsville. We see some too wide action there near the back, the 95, taking the inside. Oh boy. Oh, and I think we see Cohen bugging out a little bit back there again. He's blinking.
Yeah, and he's up into the wall hard because of it. But
holds it together though.
Able to sort it and keep it at least straight.
Oh boy. Looky there.
Yeah, and some passes are being made. That inside line is dominating. Coming out of exit, it's going to be the 96 of Norris making the pass on McKay.
Oh, boy. And the number 7 gets sideways.
And then 8 goes hard into him. And that's going to be a caution. That's going to be a hard one.
Oh, man. We about saw that one happen live out there, Kevin. And, the number 7 getting into...
Is this live?
Cohen, and, David De Silva.
We go back and watch that one first, and then we'll go back and watch their cause of caution, Rick.
Oh, wait, okay. Wait. You want to watch what just happened?
It's okay. We can do cause of caution first. Whatever you want to do first.
All right, I want to watch what just happened first.
All right, whatever just happened first.
So...
Such an overhead or something.
Yeah, let's just watch like this.
They're only going 35 out here, Luke. 45, maybe. Huh.
I mean, maybe a squirrel got... What's it look like?
It looks like insurance fraud. You know how people... You know how people will, like, just kind of total their cars like that and claim insurance?
I do, Kevin.
It kind of looks like that.
You know what I think it looked like, Kevin?
Well, too much bush apple?
No, I mean, to me, it really looked like, someone let a squirrel loose in the cab of his car, and he was just kind of freaking out trying to get it all out. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a bad analogy either, Luke. I think we have a few good options. One of them's got to be, just spot on, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt.
But anyways, we're on caution number 7 on lap number 40, and Brenna Devine is going to be leading off the restart.
Devine's been looking good for a long bit of the night out here, Kevin. He's, he's made his way up here into the front. He's been staying up there for a considerable amount of the race. But another one of the guys that were up there, Robert McClay, he made his way up there, and he was having a good run. He's in that Sonic car. He's going to be running the inside line there behind the leader. He's going to have a good opportunity to get things running out here. And they're going to be filing up too wide out here now and getting prepared to go green out here once again.
Yeah, looking, that they are. But 97's going to have the command here. 95 is going to be on their outside. And then from there on, it's going to be 8, 25, 9, 96, 77, and 12. With the 12 car being a lap down now, after getting some repairs in. Pace car is in. 97 with the command. That's going to be Brenna Devine. And the big Weiss on the outside. Here we go. Flagman got the green flag in hand once again, ready to wave it once again, and we are green as they go through the Geico restart zone. Getting up through speed, up through the gears. That outside line's hanging on good this time. Not too much of a jump by the lead. They're side by side down the backstretch. And here they go into turns 3 and 4.
That number 8's hot on their heels.
Yeah, number 8 wants in on the mix.
He's going to lose
But,
a lot of
the
speed.
95 goes hard up
Uh-oh.
into the wall. That's going to give the speed to the 7 car. And here comes David De Silva.
Oh, and that number 8 car is just steaming into these turns, Kevin. That's Robert
Yeah.
McKay. And the 77 is sideways. That's Ty Mosley. And that's the 8th caution of the night.
Yeah, Luke.
We're going to have to go back and take a look at that one.
That's going to bring out your 8th caution of the night. And the 8 car was involved, the 77 car was involved. But we're going to have to see what happens. Don't you fucking say it.
What?
I said, don't you fucking say it.
Okay. So from what it looked like, it kind of looked like a little bit of the same, Kevin. The 77 got a little swirly going into the turn, like the same thing we saw from the Chili's car. Go back and look at that one more time, maybe.
And, you know, it seems like a lot of these guys are going into these turns really hot. And everyone's on different tire strategies out here, so it's interesting to see how those play out. But this one's going to be Ty Mosley. With a little bit of a self-spin.
You know, one thing that might not be out of the question, Kevin, the pits. He might be on a late tire run right now. Jump back up here, maybe take a look. Lap 39, so he's running on older tires than some of the guys. But regardless, that was an unfortunate spin for him. But it's going to leave the lead to David De Silva and the Big Weiss on the top 2 lines.
Yeah, and David De Silva blinking out a little bit, maybe. And thankfully, we're under caution here, pacing around for one more time. Not going to be an issue, but right now, it's looking like it's going to be 25 of De Silva, 95 of Weiss, 9 of Zip, 96 of Norris, 5 of Devine, 77 of Mosley, 8 of McKay, and 12 of Cohen is going to be your starting lineup for this restart.
Pace car is in, and we're getting ready to go green this time by. And I would just like to point out, Kevin, I don't know if you noticed, but the number 96 of Landon Norris is rocking a 9th gear logo on the side of his car.
Hell yeah, big thanks to him. We appreciate any of the support any of these drivers can give, and any of the viewers can give. So if you're having a good time...
Oh, no, 3 wide back up the restart, and Ty Mosley wrecking!
Mosley's into McKay, and 3 cars are fucking... That was a big incident there, as the 77 car is the heart of that one again. We're going to have to go back and see what happened.
We'll have to go back and watch that one. It was right off the restart. They were 3 wide. I'm watching the overhead of the number 77 of Ty Mosley. The 37...
He goes hard left there. That was a very interesting one.
Hang on.
Take a look at the cockpit there.
I just want to see the overhead one more time. Okay. Okay, we're going back.
Maybe gets into the turn a little early, and I don't know. We're gonna see this.
What?
Huh.
I mean, that's gotta be the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
A, there could be a net code. I mean, I wouldn't put it past iRacing. B,
Yeah.
I don't know how much he's burned up the tires. I wouldn't assume much because I think he pit recently, at least a couple times. But let's go back and watch one more time, maybe.
We're going to be watching his front right tire here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let's just listen. He missed a fucking gear. I knew it.
Ah,
I was so confused why the car just hooked like that.
I got you.
That makes a lot of sense now. Okay, so Ty Mosley missed a gear there off the restart. We had to slow it down there so we could hear it. We'll go back one more time and maybe see if we can get it on the zoom in and see if we can hear it better from the overhead. But yeah, you hear him. I think miss a gear there if I'm not mistaken. He's in the number 77. He just misses a gear, and that
collects 3 of them right there: the 97, the 77, and the 8.
yeah, unfortunate for all those guys involved. And you know,
That's
Kevin,
gonna be Divine, Mosley, and good.
oh, we're green racing once again,
Green
Kevin. We were
racing,
watching it for too long. Here we go.
We watched it for quite a while there, trying to figure it out, but we didn't miss much. They just restarted. First lap back, and the 7 car is in the lead here with the big Weiss on his outside.
Seeing Cohen blinking again. There he is. Cohen the Ghost is blinking all over the place, but he's still in this one. David De Silva currently with the lead, the number 95 of the big Weiss hot on his heels. They're about single file all the way through here now, Kevin. We saw a lot of 2-wide racing out here. And, oh, I saw a little bit of smoke back there by the number 9. I think we saw some heavy braking there.
Yeah, a little lock up there. That's going to slow them down and give De Silva a little bit more room. Surely what he wants to see at this point, but I think at this point it's just, holding her as, cleanly as possible.
Oh, we saw the number 9 get into the apron there just a little bit between those turns.
Seems like the fastest cars out here tonight are the ones that have had the least amount of mistakes, so I don't think it's a matter of coming in as hot as you can, but coming in as cleanly as you can. And it seems like right now David De Silva's exceeding at that. As the 12 car has fallen back 9 seconds now, definitely having some sort of issue. Oh, and now 14 seconds.
We saw some smoke. I think he crashed.
Yeah, I think he was into the wall pretty good there, but regardless,
just a quick glance. I think he just, and just a bad exit. He just got loose on the exit. All right, that's all we need to know.
We stay green now, as it was not in the heart of the field, and it was a contained.
Oh, and Ty Mosley up into the wall.
Goes up.
Seems like he's the only involvee. We're still green out here, Kevin. And these guys are getting smacked around all over the wall out here, it seems. Having some issues. But David De Silva still with a nice lead, but we starting to gain some time on him, Kevin.
Yeah, no doubt. And it was about 7/10 of a second. Now it's about and after that turn, everything he made up has been lost, as it's now over a second of separation between them.
I mean, that really goes to show how, just how running the right line can really benefit you in these races, Kevin. I mean, on these shorter tracks, if you just run one line wrong, you can really just lose all of your progress in the game like that. And they're starting to approach the number 12 of Cohen. He's going to be approaching a lap down, and the number 8 is up in the wall. That's Robert McKay. And that's the 10th caution of the night. I'll have to go back. I'm not really too sure what happened on that.
It seemed like it was a single car incident once again, maybe out here. I could be wrong, but it seemed pretty isolated. I don't.
Yep, same
Yeah, and it
situation, that turn
definitely
4 exit.
was. The exits and the entrances, it seems to be just killing these drivers out here, Luke.
Yeah, no doubt. And we're pacing around out here for the 10th time of the night, Kevin. I'm sorry, you're going to have to remind me once again. What is the fast repair limit of the night?
2.
2. Okay, so they got to be thinking about it. It's got to be. We've seen 10 cautions. I'm not saying that it's everybody, but there's definitely about half the field here who's got to be getting low on those fast repairs right now, Kevin.
Yeah, let's get a close up of that Landon Norris scheme if we could, Luke. Let's take a look at. Let's analyze that one.
Norris Concrete.
Norris Concrete, ninth gear, and Vortex.
Hell yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I also like it a lot. Going to be going green this next time by. It's going to be David De Silva on the inside, the big Weiss on his outside. Off this restart.
Yeah, pacing around for one last time. We're on caution numero 10 out here, 68 laps in. And David De Silva's still leading this one. Luke seems like he's led a lot of laps out here. See if he can continue that trend as they are getting ready to go green up through the gears in these next-gen cars out here with burnt rubber, and we are racing. He takes the inside. On the outside, it's going to be the 95 car and the STP automobile. 77 trailing back. The 12 also trailing back.
Oh, and the number 8.
Known internet issues.
Single file all the way through. I'm looking at these cars, Kevin. I'm seeing some damage on some of them.
Yeah, and you gotta imagine 10 cautions in, some of them are running short on those fast repairs. Not sure who's taking what when, but definitely gonna be some issues out here keeping these cars in pristine condition. The Ride the Dente Chevrolet is out front still of David De Silva. The 8 car gets a little loose again. We've seen the 8 car go up to that second and a half line multiple times in these turns.
Yeah.
95, 3/10 of a second, and gaining.
Some damage right now. You can see the front of his car. Look at him. Oh, and he goes on the inside.
Oh, Robert McKay gets into Divine, and that's going to be your 11th caution out here.
Oh, man. I'm going to go back and watch that one, Kevin.
Yeah, not sure who that one's on, to be honest with you. We saw the 8 had his nose in there. I don't know if it was rightfully so or not. So, as we go to your 9th gear replay and take a look,
Ooh, I like
did he
that.
send it in there, or was it a fault of Divine? We're about to find out. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Maybe
it's really tough to call.
Maybe a little bit late on the 97, just taking something that wasn't there. It looked like the 8 did get their nose in there in due time, but you know, how quick were they moving? Were they on the breaking point is my question. I don't know if anybody in the chat has any Any outlook or any guesses on that one, let us know. But I think we're going to stay 9th gear neutral on that one, Luke.
I'd have to agree with you on that one, Kevin. And I'm getting reports that Robert Bouquet wrecked after the yellow flag was thrown. So I'm trying to figure out where that was. So it's while they're pacing out here, apparently. Ah.
Was that it right there?
Gee Willikers, that was a crazy wreck. And I'm reading he crashed again just now. Let's go ahead. Oh, wait a minute. I do believe I see something there at the end. After... Oh, I thought he was going to run into the back of that guy. I'm reading he crashed again, apparently. Let's see this one.
Well, I think we're getting ready to go green here, Luke, so if you think it's substantial, figure it out, because right now we're just watching him pace around.
Yeah, whatever. We're green out here once again.
Silva in the lead over the 95 car of Weiss.
He's looking to the outside. Oh, and they're spinning out behind him. Oh, and we're wrecking.
Oh, and hard up into the wall. Goes 2 of them, 3 of them. Oh, and they're still collecting.
Oh, my.
Ty Mosley involved, Divine involved, going maybe a little bit into it. We're gonna have to go back and see. You know, who's to fault there, and
oh my.
who was all collected, because cautions is not what you want to see at this point of the race, with maybe some damages already starting to loom.
Yeah, we're watching the overhead of Ty Mosley here. He's had a rough night in terms of repairs, that's for sure. I mean, it's one of those tough things to call again. I mean, it's like, did he brake early? Did he not let off? I mean, I don't know the Martinsville track that well myself. It's kind of hard for me to make that call if he, hit the brakes too early or what, but either way, it seems like all the guys just...
Seems like 70-70 kind of sent it in there a little strong. But could be wrong. Regardless. Not too much. Another the 77 and 9 of No, I will say hasn't been involved in too many. I don't think I'm named too soon. I think if I had to guess some of our cleanest out here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to bear with me. My Discord's being fucky.
Yes.
My Discord is being really fucky. And I love this issue. We're getting the RTC connecting. There it is. Sorry about that. I don't know why I kept getting...
It was me too. It was that channel. Yeah. It put me to 5,000 ms.
Yeah. That was very, very strange.
It was, but as I was saying, I think some of the cleanest cars out here right now have to be the likes of, David De Silva, the Big Weasel, Zip has been pretty clean so far, Norris has been pretty clean. I think once we get into the later stages of this race, we're at that halfway point exactly right now as I'm speaking. So once we get into the later stages, it's really going to come down to who's preserved the best.
Oh, yeah,
anyways, though, Pacers in.
Going green this time by. Boogity, boogity, boogity. We're racing once again out here at Martinsville with burnt rubber.
13th start out here, 12th restart, and we are racing once again. David De Silva, blinking some. He takes that inside line though, so not really in the way of the Big Weasel, but definitely still a scary sight if you're any of the drivers out here. All these guys except for Cohen on the lead lap, trying to get up towards the front. Norris makes a pass on Weasel. Oh, and they're bumping, they're pushing around.
And Norris pretty hard there.
Oh, here comes Weasel. And the 8 gets a little high there. That's going to be Robert McGay.
It's going to leave
Weasel
the
takes
inside.
it back on Norris.
Oh!
Norris is wrecking, and we're under caution.
Oh boy, it happened just in front of us, Kevin.
Yeah, we just missed it on the aerial coverage out here. We're gonna have to go back and see what happened. Landon Norris, as I was just saying, probably has a pretty clean car out here. Gets involved in something. Oh, and it looks like he gets cleared out. I think it was one of those things where he started wiggling, getting a little squirrely on the exit, and just the speed he lost from that was the speed the 95 gained, and they were able to collect with each other.
Yep, and I would have to agree with you 110%, Kevin. I mean, you can't fault the guy that gave him that bump there. I mean, he got squirrely, and that's just a spot you usually are full throttle in. So I mean,
yeah,
just a bad time to get loose, that's for sure, and unfortunate for Landon Norris.
The big weasel comes into the pits. He and Norris seem to be the only takers as of now. The Silva still leads out here. Divine in second now. MK in third, and Zip in fourth. That's going to be your two front rows. That is a wobbly car out there, Luke.
Yeah, that it is, Kevin. He is crawling his way to the pit stall.
Into his box, praying for a miracle from his pit crew. Getting some tires on that thing. Maybe a realignment. He's going to be ready to go racing once again. We're going to see if fast repair is going to be used. I don't know the extent of the damage.
Oh, look, he's got the skeleton crew in his pit box.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Bunch of skull troopers. Takes some repair. Doesn't look the best out here still, in my opinion. Not quite sure. What do you think about the 95's damage there, Luke?
I mean,
noticeable?
Well, we'll take a look here just from the front end. His front end is fucked, Kevin. Yeah, there's no real safe way to say it. I mean, his whole front end is fucked. Honestly, his whole right side is fucked, too. I'm seeing it's bent to all hell. He's definitely not got the cleanest vehicle on the track, but he's got some ground to make up and a lot of racing left, so hoping he's maybe either got one more fast repair still in his back pocket, just holding on to it. If not, he's going to be in a tricky spot to stay with these leaders in this race.
Yeah, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go find out who Zip and Big Weasel are so we can refer to them by their real name a couple times before we're...
Oh, yeah. Probably not the worst idea in the world.
We're out here racing again, Luke. Big Weasel is Jonah, but we have been requested to keep calling him Big Weasel, as we're under caution again. Luke?
I'm sorry, this is completely off topic, but I'm just getting notifications here that there was a double murder in our town.
Well, Luke, that is pretty off topic, especially since we're on our 14th caution.
That is, yeah, sorry, I just was completely zoned out reading that. That's insane. Anyways, back to our race. We'll go back and take a look at what caused that one. Oh, boy. I see it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, and you know, when I went over there to ask him, I heard somebody yell, and I just got brake checked on the restart, so...
Uh-oh.
And maybe that's why it seems like the whole field was stacking up in anticipation for that. But like I was saying, Big Weasel is Jonah, but we're supposed to keep calling him Big Weasel. And then Zip is Travis Farmer, and we can call him whatever we want to.
Farmer Zippy.
Maybe not Farmer Zippy.
Ah.
Talk to me more about this murder, though, Luke. Recent, past couple weeks. What are we thinking?
Literally got discovered this morning.
Huh.
Actually, at
Was it
noon.
you?
No.
It didn't sound very convincing.
All jokes aside, no, there was a double murder suicide. Believe it or not.
Huh.
Hang on one
Where are
minute.
you seeing this?
Yeah, jumping back live out here. It's going to be Landon Norris making his way back up to the front there. David De Silva, we saw him blinking just a little bit there, but pace car is in, and they're getting ready to go to the restart once again, Kevin. Here we go, racing once again at Martinsville. And we don't even make it through the first turn before Landon Norris gets a little sideways. Seems to hold it together, and we're still green. 3 wide, getting ready to go through to turn 3. Oh my god. And they hold it together.
De Silva hanging on to a good lead out here. Luke of about a second now over Mosley. Cohen, though, in the hunt in 3rd place now. Picked up that lap they were down and getting it going out here.
Oh,
falling back fast,
Cohen
though.
Is blinking, I think. Yeah, he's still here. He's just
right
blinking.
back up, though. Okay.
Yeah, Cohen's blinking pretty heavy, it seems, having some internet issues. I know I'm no stranger to those.
I was going to say, maybe the same internet provider you've had the past couple weeks.
I sure to God hope not, because they've been a fucking pain in my ass. Man, De Silva's really putting some room on these guys right now. Oh, and I'm seeing a little bit of smoke there. Maybe some tire lock up there, but everyone's still holding it together. 2 wides, the 96 and or 97 and the 95. Still side by side. They file back to single file. Ooh, and the 95 getting close to the bumper of Cohen. That 95 really looking for this pass here. Oh, and we see Cohen blinking out again.
Yeah, De Silva just extending that lead out here made it about 1.3 seconds. Near the most we've seen out here tonight, Luke, as this is one of our longest runs of the night. 60 laps to go, though. Anything can happen. But Ty Mosley's in pursuit. And Landon Norris trying to make some passes here.
Oh! Cohen gets into him a little bit, and that's going to send Landon Norris sideways.
And the caution flies as Landon Norris goes sideways and into the outside wall. Right in front of the grandstands out here. We're going to have to go back and see how that one happened. Robert McKay has fallen down a lap. So, he'll be getting the lucky dog here.
It seems like Cohen coasts up there to that high line. Taps the wall, and that rebound just shoots him right into Landon Norris. And now let's watch Robert McKay. It says that he crashed as well somewhere before that.
Exhilarating.
They're reading... Oh, that's exhilarating!
That's what it was. And Robert McKay is going to get cleared out by... would I be wrong to say Zip, maybe?
97 of Divine.
Yeah, I would. That's Brenna Divine.
definitely not what you want to see if you're a McCoy fan. And I hope everybody on the stream just heard that because I have no noise suppression. Somebody just absolutely hauled ass past my house, and it sounded cool as fuck. You know, Kevin, we're pacing around here for the 15th time of the afternoon out here, Kevin. It's been a hell of a lot of pacing and not the most amount of racing, I'll be honest, but the boys have made it entertaining. It's been a wreck fest out here, these 104 laps. Going green here, I believe this next time by, it's going to be David De Silva on the inside there with Ty Mosley on his outside. Zip and Cohen going to be forming that second line out there. Pace car is in, and we're going green out here once again. David De Silva with the call. Green out here once again.
Yeah, we're back to racing, and somebody's taking a high line already. I think that's going to be Cohen doing a little bit of wall riding.
Almost literally does the exact same thing again and almost got back up into Robert McCoy. Filing up pretty much single file wide here for the most part. Actually, for the entire part. David De Silva starting to pull away once again. He seems to have a very, very clean vehicle out here right now, Kevin. Oh, and we're wrecking in the back. Cohen sideways. Seems to be the only one involved. He whips it back around, and he's driving, and we're still green. Nope, we are under caution.
Under 16th caution out
As Landon Norris is sideways.
Yeah, I think that was a couple separate incidents causing that.
Oh boy. Ooh, and I think we see it happen up there between the number 9, maybe. I think it was just a bit of an accordion effect. 95 gets sideways up there. And Norris trying to escape down low. He can't find it. Number 8 getting involved as well, getting a bit of a bump there from the 95. Unfortunate out here once again, Kevin. As we are pacing once again for the 16th caution of the evening. I feel like we've been saying David De Silva's name all night, Kevin. He's up here still leading. He seems to have one of the freshest cars of the field.
Yeah, and it seems like he was just able to get out of the way early of the incidents, get in front of him. And, you know, ever since then, he's kind of just been in front of the chaos. So as long as he's not causing anything, I think he's in a pretty safe position.
Yeah, the pace car's going in. We'll have to see as we're going green out here once again, Kevin. And David De Silva sideways off the restart, and so is the 97.
And that's going to be a hard one. I mean, I just put the curse on David De Silva.
Goodness me, as we're going to have to go back and watch that one. You got anything, Kevin?
Uh, Gears maybe? Can we play? Can we use that again? I don't know. It doesn't look very natural based off what we've seen from
Maybe
the
let's
past restarts.
get up here and do the same thing. On the outside of David De Silva. I don't even think they got enough through the RPM meter to even get into the second gear. I'll be honest with you,
Yeah,
Kevin. We're into the third gear.
I couldn't really tell you, Luke. Your guess is about as good as mine on that one.
And that one's going to be a mystery to me as we're seeing 4 of the guys going in right now. That's going to be Landon Norris, Brennan Devine, David De Silva, and Cohen. Zip, Mosley, Robert McKay, and the big Weiss is still all out there. Now it's going to be Zip and Ty Mosley going to be your 2 leaders now. Now, Ty Mosley's been involved in quite a few, but he's been able to keep himself up there in the front runners for most of the evening.
Yeah, he's been, I think on the brink of, destruction of his car. I would assume he's used at least a fast repair or 2, so hoping he can stay out of things. Pace car is in, and it's going to be a grind uphill for David De Silva, starting from P7 here, as Ty Mosley is on the start on the outside, and he gets a decent jump, but here comes Zip on the inside. And, Mosley kind of punted out of the way by 95, I think. Maybe non-contact, not sure, but regardless, that's going to send Mosley to the back of the field. And here comes De Silva. He's already made his way up to P4 on the inside. And they're clearing each other out.
Yep. Gets Cohen and Brenna Devine. You know, Kevin, I got to ask already, how many green-white checkers we got?
You're going to be pissed to hear it, Luke.
How many?
Mr. Unlimited.
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 All right. And I mean, you just see Cohen. I don't know if... Let's go to the onboard, maybe. And just comes in with way too much speed and gets involved with Brenna Devine.
Yeah, unfortunate for both those drivers. Kind of a rough day for both of them. Devine had a great start, though. It seems like, once you get stuck in that pack, that's when things start going downhill. But how about David De Silva? I think he made a good launch from the back of the pack. If you could check real quick, see where he's sitting. 3rd or 4th? Yeah, 4th place. Starting in 7th, I mean, that's a good transfer for just 1 lap.
Oh yeah, no doubt. We're seeing Cohen going into the pits there. On his way out right now, rejoining the guys. this time by, it's going to be the number 9 of Zip and the number 8 of Robert McCoy on their respective lines as the pace car is making his way in.
Yeah, and it's going to be tight racing. Look, we're down to the last 40 laps here. They came to race, and that's what we're about to see. Green flag is in the air, and it is waving. We're racing. Zip goes high, and
They just sideways right off the restart.
Robert, okay, is going to get into, I don't know. Brenna Devine into it.
And oh, man. I mean, I don't know if we're going to see another clean lap, Kevin. This is our 20th caution, or almost our 20th caution of the night. This is number 19. We're going to have to go back and analyze that one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just the overhead, maybe. Right off the restart, you see... I think I can already kind of see it up there near De Silva and De Big Weiss. And...
yeah, it's just the 8 going a little high and the 7 pushing through, trying to get as much speed as possible. They can kind of bump draft each other, kind of push each other off these restarts to get up to speed. Mm-hmm. And with the 8 kind of going up all the way to the top, it just makes it an awkward situation. And Robert McKay is going to get the worst of that one.
And unfortunate for him, as we're going to jump back alive and kind of lead the Zip into Big Weiss off this restart. You know, Kevin, I was going to say who you got your money on out here, but I'll be honest. I mean, I feel like I've seen it, at least everybody involved in 1 or 2 incidents. I mean, I don't...
It would be a crapshoot to put my money on anybody.
I was about to say. I don't really think
this is anybody's race.
Yeah, I think at this point, it seems like it's a demolition derby. It's going to be whose car can hang on and cross the finish line kind of race. They're not giving anything out here as we're going to be going green this time by. It's going to be lap 127 of 160. The laps are starting to wind down out here, Kevin. No doubt these vehicles are as well. They're going green this time by, going out of turn 4, approaching the Geico restart. There it is, the green flag's in the air, and we're racing once again. I think 2 drivers on that outside line, Kevin.
Yeah, and I think they're starting to realize that outside line is dangerous.
Oh, yeah. No doubt, but those who took it seem to get a pretty good jump off the start. They're both in the top 4 right now. Looks like Big Weiss is in the lead right now on that outside line. And yep, he made the transfer.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see that damage come into play a little bit. Those guys in the back are falling off faster than we've seen all night. And a little bit of blinking for De Silva. Not what you want to see in 2nd place, but he's hot on the tail of Weiss, which is actually Weasel. We've just been cut off all race, so we've been saying Weiss. But I think I'm going to continue to say it, Luke.
I just got to agree.
Anyways, he's holding off De Silva, who's...
Oh, and Cohen's in the wall.
Cohen is hard into the wall.
He's the only involvee, so I think it's going to stay a 1-car incident. So he's going to straighten things out and start driving. To see some separation out here, Kevin. Full single file out here. We're seeing some green laps out here now.
Oh, and we're under caution. That's going to be numero 20 of the night, and that's going to be Ty Mosley.
Yep, we'll have to go back and take a look at that one. Not too sure who all was involved in that one. I know it's going to be a couple more cars. It's going to be right near the back, and we'll watch the overhead of the number 8. A little bit of bump there on the wall by Ty Mosley. He's checking up still. And
yeah, the 8 just coming in with a lot more speed than Mosley, especially since Mosley was having some problems on that lap. And it was just a, a game of two completely different speeds. And they weren't able to check it up in time.
And that's going to be the big Weiss and David De Silva going to be taking the restart here with Brennan Devine and Landon Norris behind them on that second row.
They're stacked back up and ready to go racing side by side. It's going to be Weiss and De Silva on the front row with Weiss still in the lead. We got about 25 laps to go out here, Luke, plus any overtime if that were to happen.
Yeah, the pace car is in.
And I mean, somebody's just going retarded outside my room, so I'll be right back.
Boogity, 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 we're race now here once again. And Big Weiss with a good launch off this restart. It's a little squirrely there through turns 1 and 2, and he's losing speed fast. He's going to leave the lead to David De Silva. And he's just regaining himself, and we're wrecking again! Robert McKay is involved a little bit there.
I'm back.
But they straightened it all out. Any chance you saw that?
No, I did not, but I can see it on our replay of our broadcast.
Yeah,
I saw
goes sideways, but they held it.
goes sideways and then holds it.
And we're still green.
Some speed, but still green.
Ooh,
still
bumping a little bit in P2 and 3.
Alright shape. Oh, and the 95 goes sideways.
Holds it.
He's up into the wall. He holds it.
We're still green.
Right. Still green.
23 laps
23 to go out here. And De Silva back into the lead with a huge gap now. And Robert McKay has now fallen a lap down as De Silva makes his way around.
Now that we're in the last 25 laps, we're going to go ahead and hold up your top 5 out here off the race.
Works for me.
We don't have to... Oh, works for me. De Silva's on the lead right there on that inside. He's got all the room in the world to take whatever line he wants. And I'm seeing, I believe, Robert McKay now falling a lap down behind David De Silva. And De Silva's really got some room on Landon Norris, but he gets into the wall a little bit there. But still pushing time on these guys in P2 and P3. Single file all the way, and I see Cohen getting loose. Keeps it off both walls. Does a shitty in front of the start-finish.
He's whipping it back around, but here comes the leader.
Oh, man.
And he get out of the way in time. He goes inside and lets David De Silva around the outside.
Oh, we're still green.
And Cohen is now a lap down as well.
And that leaves 3 guys a lap down now, Kevin. Cohen, McKay, and Ty Mosley. And Cohen getting up into the wall again. He's doing some wall riding. He's just trying to finish the race out here. Just 17 laps to go. Can David De Silva hang on to this lead? just a little bit better of a reading of what the field's looking like out there at the moment. You see P1 is currently, well, P6 is currently behind P1, and 7 is behind 3, so lap cars are definitely getting mixed up in there just a little bit. I can't tell if my eyes deceive me, but they're wrecking behind!
Oh!
It's Cohen again. Getting loose out here.
That's going to be a
once
caution.
again, yep. He's involved with, I believe... Can't tell who that was. We're going to have to go back and watch that one. I think it was Zip.
You're going to look back at that one. Cohen up into the wall, comes back down, and
Just
collects
gets into
Zip,
9.
unfortunately.
I mean, Cohen's car is fucked. He can't seem to make a turn out here without getting loose. That's going to leave the lucky dog to Robert McKay, so he's going to go and start to make his lap around and make it up to the lead lap again. Big Weiss and Zip in the pits right now as the sun is set out here at Martinsville and the lights are starting to come on.
Pacing around again, Luke. 13 to go. We're coming down to the witching hour here at Martinsville, and it's been a chaotic one so far, Luke. Any predictions? I think it's about that time. If you got one, you got to submit it.
I'm taking Landon Norris.
Landon Norris.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna take David De Silva.
Yeah, there.
Oh.
Pace car is in, and I can't lie, I thought that was the start there. But they're going to be going green out of this turn here now. David De Silva with his choice of the lead. Divine on his outside, and they're green out here once again, Kevin. Just 11 laps to go. Unlimited overtime. We're racing this out till we have a winner, Kevin.
Yeah, and David De Silva's got a good jump here. He's about a little over half a second ahead of
Oh, and Landon
Divine.
Norris getting getting into the
They hold it.
97 of
They hold-
Divine, but they hold it. Ooh.
and everybody keeps it pretty straight, and that's really going to help David De Silva, who's now over a second up on P2, and that's going to be Weasel.
Oh yeah, definitely going to be working in his favor right here, and assuming we stay green out here, that's going to give him a great deal of opportunity to make up some very, very, just, get a good lead time ahead of him right now. Seen a little bit
Sorry, I was a little sidetracked, but welcome into the chat, Cameron Stroop, and welcome Michael Carroll. Good to see you guys.
Fellas. We've seen a couple cautions out here, not too many, but
And DTH, if you don't like our pronunciation of Robert Mkay's name, you can go ahead and mute the stream. That wouldn't offend us.
or go fuck yourself.
Or go fuck yourself.
David De Silva, he's over almost a second and a half up. Sorry, he's a second and a half and putting up some time. I mean, he's clearly found his groove, and I think your pick is looking a little better than my Landon Norris at the moment, Kevin. He's currently wrecking with 4 other vehicles, and that's our. We'll go and pull up the tower once again. That's going to be our 22nd caution of the afternoon. And
Yeah, 22 out here.
we're going to go back and take a look and analyze that one, Kevin. But that's going to completely eliminate that lead that David De Silva worked for there. Oh man, it's just another one of those cases. The 9 thought he was completely clear. The 96 thought he had his nose there, and they both just kind of... Last couple laps, they're just looking to hold on to their positions here. And I mean, both clearly thought they had the line and the number... Oh boy. And definitely some unfortunate late wrecking there.
I gotta ask, we've seen issues with these high caution races before where there wasn't enough session time. Do we know how much time the session was set for?
Taking a look here, I can actually pull it up here. Let me. Matter of fact, it won't. Awesome. Go ahead and just looking at iRacing here. The lap. Ooh. And we are over the race time.
Huh. Well, I didn't know that was possible, but good on them for making it possible.
Yeah, interesting. But it's going to be 3 laps to go here when we go green, Kevin.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. This isn't going to be considered a green-white checkered, but it's going to be damn near it. It's going to be 2 laps to go, actually. No?
Yeah, two laps to go, actually. Sorry, yeah, 2 laps to go when they go green.
2 laps to go when we go green.
Only 5 vehicles still out there right now, from what I can see.
5 vehicles up there in the pack. Who can hang on to it? David De Silva looking to defend as he's led the majority of the laps out here, and we are green racing.
Oh, and the 95 is loose.
Oh, and they're
so is the 97. The 2 involved, they hold it together, and we're still green out here, Kevin. David De Silva making his way around, and he's going to have it. I believe he's going to have it here, and there's the checkered. If that's as it shows, he's going to get the win here, and Robert Mouquet getting second.
Landon Norris goes hard into the wall. And not quite sure... I'm not quite sure what happened there, but maybe a time thing?
I would have to imagine. Yeah, do you want to maybe go get some confirmation?
No, Michael, I'm saying I didn't know extending a time limit was a thing. Because we're over the time limit. But yeah, I'm gonna go get some confirmation. You meet me in the broadcasting room in the Discord, and we'll get some interviews going too.
Sounds good. Yep, and there's the victory shitties from David De Silva. A good win for him. He looked sharp out there all night. And I will be completely honest. Still waiting on confirmation here from Kevin. As it shows right now, we're seeing the win credited to David De Silva. Landon Norris registering second. Just making sure that's correct. The Big Weiss showing third. Now that's all unofficial as we speak here, waiting for the official results now. But Kevin, I'm pretty sure, talking it over with the guys, trying to figure out what the official ruling was and stuff like that. Regardless, a very exciting race for the fellas. What you got, Kevin? Let's hear it.
For starters, it was a time thing. They ran out of time, and the checkered flag was thrown, giving David De Silva the win.
Okay.
Now, the 8 car of Robert McKay was in second when it finished, but got an incident point right after the race finished that pushed him over the edge and DQ'd him. So he drops to the back.
Ah.
That's going to give Landon Norris a P2 and Weasel a P3 out here.
I was wondering that. That's what's showing right now on the official results. I was wondering if that was staying true.
So I think our first interview, the only one I'm seeing actually ready, is going to be your official second place winner or finisher, Landon Norris. So I'm going to pull him over. Hey, Landon, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do.
Hey, man, you were excited at the end of that race with a podium finish, and then you found out, just recently that it was actually a second place finish, gaining another position. You want to talk us through, how that race felt and how you were able to keep your car clean enough to get up into a second place finish?
Well, I mean, really, I was just kind of betting on tire strategy because I thought it would just go green, but we did a recruitment race, and not to diss on any of these guys. These are all great guys, but it just kind of went all awry. But still, um, what happened during the race? I mean, it was really when I wrecked. That was just a perfect time for fuel, so I never had to go in for fuel. Well, of course, everyone on their second pit entry, of course, got that fuel. But yeah, I mean, I will. I accomplished my goal for the night. Um, Pete Tanner for the standings. Good race, Tanner. Um, and me and 97 had a little bit of a going on there because it. If you look back at the recording, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I was trying to attack on the inside there. 97 was on my outside. He tried to go really tight on me right there, and I went on the curb, and then just everything broke loose. But second place is a very, very big surprise here, man. I mean, wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, and we were talking about 2/3 into the race probably, about how it seems like it's going to come down to a race of who can keep their car clean and who can position themselves in front of most of the incidents. And it seemed like you were able to do that throughout the race, keep it clean enough, and get a second place finish out here tonight. So congratulations on that. Thanks for the interview. Thanks for putting the logo on the car too. We noticed that out here tonight.
Oh yeah, looking
And
good.
anyone you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
My family, as always, they're supporting me. My teammates Ty, Cohen, and McKay. I'm sorry, McKay, for your DQ, but yeah, and all the sponsors you see on the car, man. I mean, racing's just the thing I love, so these guys enable me to do it, and I'm just here to have a great time. I'm ready for Bristol next weekend, so y'all be ready. Bring your A game.
Absolutely, and we appreciate the interview and appreciate you giving us a show tonight, Landon. Congratulations.
Yes, sir, and y'all have a good night.
You too. That was Landon Norris officially getting a P2 out here after the results involving okay, so I think next we're gonna bring in, and Tanner, if you're here and can confirm, the big weasel is Jonah.
Yes, that is strong.
All right, I'm gonna bring him in and talk to him as he got a P3. Hey, Jonah, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Be trying
Possibly.
a radio channel there.
There we go.
There he
Oh.
is. It was channel 4, Kevin.
Oh, I got you. Hey, Jonah, how you doing?
Great.
So, crazy race out there. A lot of incidents, a lot of solo incidents. It seemed like you were able to avoid a lot of that and get yourself in a position, towards the front. Coming to the line, I assume you thought it was a P4 finish. And then to find out you were able to get a podium finish. You want to talk us through how that went?
Well, I mean, I probably would have had a shot at David if that whole turn one thing on the last restart didn't happen, but never know, because never know the outcome. Yeah, I mean, McKay had been doing it all race with sending it to the inside and turning people. Like, he turned Brandon multiple times. He turned, I think, he may have turned David once, or got himself turned by David, and he just was a mess all race. But I mean, it was his first race all season, so yeah.
Yeah, and like Landon said, kind of a recruitment race, so it's to be expected. Good on you for keeping your car clean enough. We kind of said throughout the race that it would come down to who was able to keep their car clean, because we saw some unrepairable damage there towards the end on some of those vehicles. How were you able to, have the awareness to stay out of those incidents and put yourself in a position there at the end?
I got lucky most of the time. I was lucky that, I mean, I had an extra fast repair at the end of the race, and I used my final set of tires for the second to last restart, I believe. So I was out of tires at the end, but I mean, props to David. He had no fast repairs for most of the race. Like he used them both because he got wrecked early twice. So
Okay. Did you have any left?
Yeah, I had one.
Okay.
So I mean, I
So-
had some front end damage, but it's whatever.
Yeah, a little bit of damage, but also a little fallback that some of the drivers out there didn't have. Congratulations to you for getting into a podium spot there, getting some good points out here at Martinsville, and what could have, gone any way. Thanks for the interview. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
I'd like to shout out David because there is the potential he might be coming over to LSC, because currently he's not part of a team, and he's not part of a team, so he's not confirmed for the whole season. Like, this was his third race. This was the last race he could be in unless he somehow got a ride to do the whole season. So there's the potential he might be replacing one of my guys that doesn't really participate as much, because each of my guys, two of them each have only done one race, and another hasn't even done any. So there's the potential that one of them might be getting replaced, and it most likely will be the guy that hasn't raced yet. So
I got you. So a potential teammate of the future. So shout out to him. Other than
Especially
that, we
since
appreciate. Go ahead.
let's just say, if he does get on the team, he's in the playoffs because he's got 2 wins. As long as he does half the races, he's in to the playoffs. So
Yeah, and definitely an exciting free agent out there. But congratulations to you for putting on a show out there and getting some points on the board. We thank you for the interview, and have a good one, Jonah.
thank you for the broadcast.
Appreciate it. And Tanner, I'm gonna bug you one more time. Is DJ in the waiting room? Is that David?
Yes, that is David.
Okay. Gonna bring him on in here. You're a race winner, and see what he has to say. Hey, David, guys in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey man, how about that race? We just recently found out that you burnt both the fast repairs early there. We kind of talked throughout the race about how getting in front of the incidents was going to be the key out here, and you led the most laps out here. It seemed like you utilized that perfectly. You want to talk us through how that race felt and how the front felt for the majority?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely interesting. And I was definitely aware about the amount of cautions that were going to happen, seeing the consistency of all the wrecking, cautions breed cautions, as they say. So, for the most part, in the beginning, I was trying to get my grips with the track. I did just buy the track yesterday. So I was trying to understand how the car reacted with the track, and obviously that's why my first 2 wrecks happened early on. But then I started to get an idea as to what I was doing, my strategy for the rest of the race, considering the amount of cautions, and just saved my car. I was working it up to the front again, and pretty much as soon as I got to the front, my main goal was just to get a decent enough gap and then tire save, because during the cautions, you save so much of your tires, you don't need to pit as much as everybody else would normally if you were going full green. So it was just about keeping my tires cool. And yeah, towards the end of the race, just even though I got in that other wreck, again, brought it back to the front through attrition, and yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. It was towards the latter half of the race. I want to say around 110, 120. You were involved in an incident up front, and it sent you to the back. And then right off the restart, you're able to make up 3 positions in just 1 lap. You want to talk us through how you were able to manage traffic as well as you were, and get back to the front in as short of time as you were able to?
It was mostly just being patient. I knew the consistency of the drivers ahead of me, and I knew that at some point or another they were either going to make a mistake, either by pressure or by themselves. And yeah, I just waited for the right moments to strike, and I would either send it in the inside or set it up for the corner beforehand. Obviously, there was that one moment where I almost locked, or I did lock up, and where I was attacking for the lead. But again, it was mainly just pressuring everybody else around me to make a mistake, and luckily for me, it worked out.
Yeah, and absolutely it did. You were able to bring home the checkered flag, bring home the trophy. Congratulations on getting the win out here tonight. Anyone like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Uh, just my family. They always keep me going with this racing stuff. So
Absolutely. Hey, congratulations. Go celebrate with them, and
thank you, sir.
thanks for the interview.
Yep.
Appreciate it. That was David DeSilver getting the win out here tonight, Luke, and I wouldn't say a domination, but damn near it. Definitely a good race for him. Definitely a good race for a lot of these guys. Landon getting in the podium, as well as Jonah. But a lot of incidents out here, Luke, and it makes for some good entertainment. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I'm always for a free excuse to scream about a wreck. You know me. It was a long one, but man, it was an exciting one. They definitely put on a show.
Yeah, and looking at our schedule in the future now, next week we're coming to Bristol, like they said, so that's going to be another fun one. And other than that, we have R&R tomorrow night, MMS Saturday night, CMS Sunday night, and then we're free Monday and Tuesday. So if you want to see more tight racing, pay attention to the schedule because we'll update times on that as we get them in with the flyers. But as for Burnt Rubber, that was a hell of a race. And any final thoughts, Luke?
I mean, I like I said, I have a lot of fun yelling about all these cautions, and they made it exciting for us. So I mean, nothing to complain about in terms of hard racing out here. It was a fun one to watch, and I know I had a blast. Kevin, you got anything?
Yeah, I think that's going to about do it. This has been Ninth Gear Broadcasting. Thanks to the fans. Thanks to Burnt Rubber. Thanks to Tanner for having us. Thanks to all the drivers for putting on a show.